More shortages are coming. Stockpile these now. Hey everybody, this is Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. I don't know if you've heard, hopefully you have, what's going on around us. There's a lot that's been affected and will continue to snowball into a much bigger problem. What am I talking about? Citrus crops affected, potato crops low, wheat and rice exports from around the world aren't happening, fertilizer shortages, increased fuel prices. What is it going to affect? It's going to affect everything, but especially our food. Fertilizers make it so we can grow much more effectively and or grow at all in certain soils. We've depleted our soils. All these big mega farms and stuff like that, they can't just get by. Nobody rotates fields anymore, really. So they need fertilizers to grow everything. The corn that we eat, that we use in our ethanol and the fuels, soybeans that are in almost everything, plus high fructose corn syrup from the corn, which is probably, if we don't have that anymore, I wouldn't miss out on that. It's really bad for you. But anyway, what am I getting at? I'm getting at the fact that we're going to see more and more shortages, more and more increased prices. It's going to get to the point where buying food is a lot more expensive than it is, and we've already seen big increases in that effect due to the effects of the last couple of years, workforce, production, droughts, a lot of things going on in the world. All the current world events going around, all the increased tensions are making things more difficult. So, stockpiling food is, yes, one of the things we do as preppers. Stockpiling water, all the other things, yes, very important. But what is more important to me necessarily than all that? Because that, no matter how much food you have stockpiled, it will run out. So what's more important to me than that? It's what's behind me. The ability to grow your own food, raise your own animals. Speaking more towards the point of growing your own food, fruits, vegetables, all that stuff, staple goods like potatoes, and depending on what you eat, could be things like pumpkin, butternut squash. Those are really good things to keep and to grow because they keep so well. I have butternut squash in my pantry that's almost a year old and it's still fine. And that's just in a cool, dark place. So having the ability to do this, to grow our own food, even if you're in an apartment in the city and you think, okay, I have a couple seed packets, for whatever little tiny bit of food I grow. That's good. But stockpile seeds, the kind you grow. Why? Because you don't know where you're going to be, for one thing. If you are in a city and you have to bug out, or no matter where you are and you have to bug out, if you have seeds, will be able to hopefully produce some food, no matter where you go. If you have them, you have that opportunity. If you don't, then you just won't. You'll be stuck with hunting, fishing, trapping, snaring, foraging, and stuff like that. And how well are your skill sets on that? How good are you at that kind of stuff? Maybe you're really good at it. But having stockpile of seeds, and I'm talking a lot of seeds, buy lots of seeds. This coming growing season is going to be very, very important for us as preppers to grow as much as we possibly can. I have talked recently about the fact I don't think I'm going to be adding any more garden space because we produce a lot here. What I will be doing is I'll be adding height to raised beds and I will be amending my soil so it is amazing. One of the biggest things I'm going to be doing soon is increasing my composting capability. I already have a dual compost bin. One side's already full, the other side's filling up. But if you look around me, look all around me, I have endless resources for composting. I can go through and trim a bunch of blackberries, throw them in compost. I can go out in the woods and sweep up maple leaves and all their leaves around me, pine needles, fir needles, all this stuff. I can dump it all in the compost, as well as chicken manure I get from my friends and tribe, cow manure, all these kind of things. So that is one area I'm really going to up my game in this off season so that I can mend my soil so that I grow the most amazing crops next season, because I have a feeling the next season will be vital for growing amazing crops and in the years to come. So saving your seeds from your current production or your garden is very important, yes, and I do that. But I also buy seeds. I try to concentrate on heirloom, non-GMO, organic, open pollinated, seeds, stuff like that. However, you don't have to just do that. If you buy seeds in seed packets anywhere, you're going to be better off than if you don't have them at all. If you have to buy the less expensive ones, but hey, that's, just saying, they don't have them right now, but even Goodwill, the thrift store Goodwill, they even carry seeds. And I think last year they were 20 cents a packet. This year I think they were 25 cents a packet, but really good deal for seed packets. And they are current production, United States production, and they are non-GMO. I think that most of them are heirloom. So they're really good seeds and for very inexpensive price. And you can get them at the dollar store, stuff like that. But I digress. Having a good stockpile of seeds. I have what I feel is a really good stockpile of seeds. Just the seeds that I plant from, that I use this year, I could probably plant another year or two just from my working seeds, not my seed storage. I will be increasing my seed storage as much as I possibly can because, like I said, this coming growing season is going to be very, very, very important to us. Growing high caloric value foods is going to be really important. I have a feeling that potatoes are going to be one of the most important crops. So have seed potatoes, stockpile potatoes, store them properly, go through them, pull the bad ones out so that they don't hasten the other ones that are in there for going bad. Store in a cool, dark, dry place, and hopefully most of them will get through. And come growing season, they'll have those nice little eyes or stuff like that. Let those things grow. That'll be good to throw in the ground and plant. But seeds of any variety. And while I'm talking about seeds though, I mentioned butternut squashes. Don't buy the butternut squash seed packets because they're not one of those items that's heavily GMO'd or anything like that, because they're just not that high demand. There's no reason for them to do that, to spend all that money and time and effort into perfecting the seeds or GMOing the seeds, whatever. Buy butternut squashes at the store, cut them open when you go to use them, eat them, can them, dehydrate them, whatever you want to do, freeze them, make them up into stews, put them in the freezer, whatever it is, but save the seeds. Put them in a bowl, paper plate, something like that. Sit them out for a week or two. Let them dry out in your house. A couple weeks, maybe in a month if you want. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Let them get nice and dry. Then throw them in a Ziploc bag. Label them with a year. Label them what they are. Throw them in the freezer. Or fridge, not freezer. And then you will have seeds for next year. Will every single one of them sprout and propagate and grow? And maybe not. But what I do with that is any seeds that I have that are questionable, I just overseed. And if I have to thin, I can thin. I can either come up with other areas to add those to, or I can just throw them in the compost pile. That being said, I use my oldest seeds first. This year, I don't know if you saw the garden, but you see the garden's a little bit behind me, all over the place. A lot of those seeds were 2012, 2013, and 14 seeds. So they're 6 to 8 years or more, 10 years old. And they still grow fine. I got pretty darn good sprouting and growth out of them. But anyway, stockpile seeds. I'm not going to go on and on and on about this. It's very important. Also, please subscribe, hit that thumbs up, share the videos, comment below, ring the notification bell for all, and do so for all the other prepared blah, 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 blah. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Preparedness channels, prepper channels. Anyway, I love you guys. I want you to have a wonderful day. I'm here to empower and uplift you guys and to get you guys to think about what is coming. And not just out of fear, but out of, hey, what can we do about it? The fact of, okay, we know these shortages are coming, so we need to grow more. We need to be more producers instead of consumers. We can also stockpile food, highly recommend it. But the ability to replenish that and or not even get into it in the first place by eating what you grow, what you raise, is one of the best ways to do it. Self-sufficiency is key. Get outside of their system. Be uncontrollable, ungovernable, all those kind of things. So that you can stand strong, you can get through this, hopefully. A lot of people won't, but the more people that get on board with this kind of stuff, the more people that build the skill sets, the more people that get out and do the things, the more people will survive. Have a wonderful day, and blessings to you and yours.